Hello everyone, it's Marcy again with Then and There, and I have lots of fun, lovely journaling stuff to share with you guys today. I have 6 books, and each of them comes with a wallpaper envelope stuffed with all kinds of goodies, and we will go through one and I'll show you what's in them. They're all very similar, so you'll have an idea of what's in them. I'll just talk about the books real quick, I guess. I wanted to just show you all that goodness all at one time. So the books are single signature, approximately 30 plus pages. That's single-sided, so 60 plus, counting both sides. So you have lots of writing space, lots of fun. The point of these books was just to have fun. They're quirky, they're colorful, they're bright. They don't match intentionally, which is hard for me to do. I do want to say my inspiration came a lot from Gina at the Rebookery. I just love her style. I'm not trying to copy her style or anything like that, but I wanted to do my own spin on her style. Does that make Okay, I hope I'm not copying her style. I don't want to be a copycat or take anyone's yeah, I think you guys know what I mean. Anyways, I just really love her, and she's just so bright and colorful, and I love her. Yeah, I just love to watch her work. Anyways, back to the books. They are made using, the covers are made using old hanging file folders. I cut them down, and then I layered them with some thicker, the cardstock type pattern paper, so each interior is different. I stitched around them, and then for the front, I had a children's book. It was like a compilation of rhymes and stories and little sayings and things like that. And I cut it apart, and I chose a poem for each book. They don't necessarily, it's not a theme that goes throughout the book, but each one is different. This one is called Foolish Folk and Funny Fellows. Just a cute little poem. I think they're all Dorothy Hall is the author of all of these poems. People Near and Far. I just really love the poems. I love the imagery, the graphics or illustrations. This one's Animal Parade. We have Topsy Turvy Tales. I'll kind of show the pictures. Everyday Adventures. And Hurrah for the Circus. And they're each tied closed with some yarn. I took several strands, tied them all together, and then wrapped it around and tied a bow. This fuzzy, fun, fluffy yarn. Little bits of fabric. These were like quilting squares that I picked up at a thrift store, and I cut them even smaller. Added some there, and I added a bit to the back as well. There is some lace, some of the wide lace seam binding on the, what is that called? The spine. And it is all stitched on, and I think they're really fun and cool looking. So, yes, I think you get the idea. So I will choose probably just a couple to go through. No particular reason. I guess I need to leave 2 behind, don't I? Move those to the side, and I'll just quickly flip through a couple of them and show you what they look like. Hopefully this yarn, yeah, it comes untied. Sometimes that yarn with the balls on it, it likes to stay tied up. Anyways, so there are lots of other children's book illustrations that I've cut out and put in. It's like a sticker that I printed with some fabric. This was a very old children's reader, school reader, and the papers were very brittle and falling apart, but I wanted to save the illustrations, so I just glued them onto some cardstock, which you can journal on, and put a little a snippet of the text on there that kind of went with the picture. Book pages, bright, colorful pages. children's first dictionary. My tongue is going to get all tied up. Playing card, little pockets, book about insects, which is also a children's book. I sewed some papers together. This was from a children's dictionary in French that a friend sent me. I just gathered all my bright, colorful papers that I don't always use, just because I don't always know how to use them. But I think with this, it just works really well. Some more of those quilting squares, a bit of lace. Lots of sewing went into these books. Another illustration there that makes a pocket. The little tag. This is a like a oil painting, how-to oil paint sketch type book with bright colors, some more fabric. This was, like you can see, is seam binding, just packaging, and I really just like the colors. It is vintage. It has a UPC on it, but it's not super vintage. Just put it like that. Just some bright pattern paper there you can make a tag out of, or you can journal right on that. Another illustration. This is what started the children's book theme. This is a tea bag that I put some gesso on and made a little fabric and lace little collage and added a children's book illustration to the front of it and just kind of decorated that. And I thought those were really cute, and so of course I had to make a tag to go inside each one. So I used some more of that really old reader illustration there and made a little collage there on a tag that can be journaled on, and some more of that fabric. I just had a lot of fun with these. They are just, that's the whole point, is just to have fun and to let loose, and yeah. More illustrations, some fabric, folds out, lots of different papers, writing paper, an envelope stitched on with some fabric. Each one has a crocheted doily sort of thing. Some are circles. This one's a heart. There's like a rectangle or triangle or something. That flips up for more journaling space. Some more fabric. These are embroidery patterns that you would transfer onto your fabric, and I picked them up at a thrift store. All of this stuff came from a thrift store, so this kind of helped me clear out some of my stash too. This is a transparent sticker with some like fabric printed on it. This is a little tuck spot. Some little note paper there, and each one has one of these large index dividers, which are great for a writing board, so that you have a nice hard surface to write on that's smooth, so you're not writing on bumps and stuff. So they each have, these are very sturdy. These make really great writing boards. So that's Animal Parade, and then I'll just show you one more real quick, just so you have an idea of what they look like, a better idea, and just because they're fun to flip through. Foolish Folk and Funny Fellows. Again, like I said, fabric on the front and the back. These little stickers, they may not want to stick down. I don't know. They're pretty old. Just some little bright little paper there to write on. Illustration. This is a wallpaper type tab. There isn't a whole lot really more to say. I just wanted to give you kind of a feel for it. They'll have same elements, just different. They're done in different ways. This one, I'll show you. And if you follow me on Instagram, you will have seen the little tea bag things when I was working on them. Just some extra paper tucked in there. doily. Writing paper. Oh, and each one does have my Then and There stamp on the back, in the back cover. So, there are the journals. It gives you an idea of each one of them. Like I said, just fun, playful, bright, and colorful. That's the idea behind these. Well, this yarn may not have been the best choice, but it's already done, so can't do a whole lot about that. So like I said, each one of them will come with one of these wallpaper envelopes, which has some vintage fabric stitched on the front. This one actually got folded over, no big deal. And a strip that ties around and holds it closed. They're stitched all the way around. They're sturdy, like vinyl wallpaper. They each come with some sort of ribbon that's like a solid color, like that. And then there's some patterned ribbons, which are lots of fun. Another little snippet of that yarn. Some more fabric pieces and a little piece of lace that you can glue throughout your book if you choose to. Just some more patterned papers. They would make great journaling cards. You could glue them in and make tuck spots. You could just make a collage with them if you wanted to. There are some of these really bright and fun little cards and a couple of journaling or like Project Life type cards to tuck in the pockets if you choose to. This is just a planner paper. I just like the bright colors of it, and it says this week, and it has like a list, like a to-do. And then I also included some more book page or children's book illustrations. So there are a few in each one. Many of them are double-sided, so you got to choose which one you might want to use if you plan on gluing it down, unfortunately. That's the only downfall of that. Okay, I'll put that back together in a bit. And just to show you, you know, another example. There's this one. This one has like rickrack. The fabric is very similar. The papers are all just random, bright, and colorful. This stuff is all the same. The Project Life type cards are all going to be different, as obviously as the illustrations will also be different. But each one does have one of these awesome reader illustrations. I just think they're really cool. So these will be listed by the time this video goes up in my Etsy. If you're interested, go over and check it out. And thanks for watching, guys, and thanks Gina for the inspiration to just kind of get me out of my comfort zone a little bit and try something different and just to have fun and let loose. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. Bye.